Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Vali here, and welcome back to part 4 of What If Naruto Was a Saiyan. Just wanted to greet you guys by saying sit back and relax, you're in for a treat, and so we begin. After the outstanding ordeal that Team 7 had encountered on their journey to deliver the bridge builder to his homeland, they had finally arrived to the Land of Waves. Tazna had hosted the group in his family home, though after his sudden and horrific transformation, had kept his distance from Naruto. His team had seemed rather distant after the destruction he had caused, though curiosity had gotten the best of them. Surprisingly, the first of the beginning to approach the blonde with questions regarding his situation was Sasuke. Naruto already felt like an outsider, but this destructive power that lay dormant within the blonde caused the two shinobi to establish a sort of kinship. Through the decades, the Uchiha clan had been treated as second-class citizens within the village hidden in the leaves, with some thinking they could betray them and try to conquer them at any time. The two shinobi had something that caused the village leaders to look down upon them, though in the blonde's case, it was just his strange biology, and for Sasuke, it was his clan's powerful dojutsu. Sakura later joined the two, but remained quite jumpy around the orange-clad shinobi, fearing that he could once more transform. It took some time, but she calmed down and then grew closer as comrades. With some influence from their Jonin teacher, Kakashi was still healing after his ribs were injured in the previous battle, but was now able to be on his feet. After 2 weeks, the bridge was almost complete, but a familiar adversary for the land was about to make their sudden return. As Tazna was working with his crew, a large group of mercenaries followed a small man dressed in fine clothing. "Didn't I tell you that this was my turf, Tazna? I told you if you continued, I would have your head. I've come to collect," said the man as he adjusted his shades and grew a wicked ear-to-ear grin, the men around him adjusting their weapons, ready to start an assault. Promptly, Kakashi and Team 7 appeared. They were previously informed of a possible attack while the construction of the bridge was underway. Team 7 took care of the armed goons rather easily, and the suited man ran for his life to escape. The man ran onto a ship that had been docked by the water, attempting to escape and return with reinforcements, though what he had encountered was bone-chilling. "Move, we gotta get out of here," yelled the man as he boarded the ship. His breath was heavy, and he was sweating profusely. Looking around, his eyes widened, and the hairs on the back of his head stood on end. His blood growing cold. Around him, the crew of his ship had all been murdered, with frozen senbons protruding from their throats, eyes, and chests. "Hello, Gato," said Haku, as he stood behind him holding the executioner's blade to his neck. "Your travels end here." With a single swing, the man's head fell and rolled to the ground, his reign of terror finally over. After peace was restored to the Land of Waves, and the bridge was finally built to reestablish supply lines to the land, Team 7's job was complete. After several weeks in the land, the team now finally recovered and ventured back to their homeland, Konoha. Upon reaching the village, Kakashi had gone straight to the Hokage's office and was debriefed regarding the events that transpired. Due to the chaos that occurred from Naruto's transformation, he was obligated to inform the village of all that transpired. Lord Third received the information of the giant ape transformation and kept it from the elders, knowing full well that if the rest of the village leadership was made aware, Naruto would be slain. "Kakashi Hatake, I congratulate you on a job well done. Now of Naruto's condition," spoke Lord Hokage, as his tone got rather serious. "I will ask you to keep this between us and your team. We wouldn't want to alarm the others." He concluded his request in a low, hushed tone towards the Jonin. "Understood, Lord Hokage." The silver-haired man bowed and proceeded to exit the room, a weight being lifted off his shoulders, at least for now. The Jonin proceeded to announce to Team 7 that the Chunin exams were soon approaching, and that he had signed his students up to participate.
"Awesome! Just you wait, I'll end up being a Jonin like you in no time at all!"
shouted the ever-excitable Naruto, while from behind, Sakura landed her fist right at the top of his skull, causing him to squat down and hold the protruding bump from his head.
"Come on, idiot, we have to focus. It's not all about you, you know,"
chastised the pink-haired Kunoichi, though internally she knew that with Naruto's potential, he could outclass them all very quickly, but she didn't want to admit it. "Yeah, loser. If anyone's going to be Jonin, it's going to be me," Sasuke said, a cocky smirk resting on his face. The blonde glared daggers at his allies, which caused the pink-haired girl to flinch involuntarily, thinking about what happened in their mission.
Naruto, I'm sorry.
She apologized, looking away a bit ashamed that she so suddenly shifted, showing fear for her teammate. The Uzumaki boy grew quiet and looked down as he stood in the center of the group. After just a second, Naruto slammed his fist onto his palm, and his infectious smile once more appeared on his face.
It's fine. Nothing's gonna stop me. Believe it.
Sasuke sighed at his words, while Sakura smiled, a gentle laugh escaping her. Okay, settle down, guys. We have training to do, chimed in Kakashi, interrupting the situation, a smile on his face from the unity his team was showing, even after such a disaster. During the month before the exams, Kakashi focused on teaching his students to master the chakra control and genjutsu dispersal. Sakura was trained to further develop her genjutsu capabilities. Sasuke was told to focus on his fire element mastery, while Naruto had a certain jutsu that Kakashi found appropriate for him to learn the principles of. The training was intense, but it did see fruit during the time provided, as the three students bettered themselves exponentially. Now, just days before the exam, Naruto walked by the village streets on his way to visit his old mentor, Iruka, at the academy. He had been planning on inviting him out to eat to catch up, but he was in for a surprise on this day. The blonde was messing around his frog wallet as he walked through the streets, not paying attention to his surroundings. In a matter of seconds, the hairs on the back of his neck stood on end, his body going on high alert. What seemed to be a sharp sand spike shot from below him, which he luckily dodged right on time.
What in the hell?
Shouted the surprised blonde as he fell on his backside. His tail no longer helped him keep balance as it had been removed. Then he saw them, 3 individuals wearing foreign clothing, the symbol of the village hidden in the sand on their headbands.
Intruders?
He thought quickly and was about to jump into action until he saw the female of the group place her hand across the red head that seemed to have attacked him.
That's enough, Gaara. Save some for the tuning exams,
the female said with an arrogant smile, while the boy in face paint seemed rather stressed from the situation. The red-headed boy with a giant gourd on his back had a sadistic look on his face as his eyes met Naruto's. I'm going to kill you, said Gaara, his words bathed in venom and malice, which caused chills to travel up and down Naruto's spine.
Oh yeah? I'd love to see you try,
challenged the once-tailed boy, as he jumped to his feet and started reaching behind him for his kunai. The murderous eyes of the sand ninja widened, his mouth forming a giant grin. But before any of the two could make a move, their Jonin instructors appeared between the two. Naruto, that's enough, said Kakashi, as the Sand Jonin spoke to his team in the same way as the Leaf Ninja. The teams dispersed, and they did not meet again until the day of the start of the tuning exams, though that boy Gaara's words remained in his psyche. I'm going to kill you. These words alone caused him terrible unease, which crept in the back of his mind through the following days. On the day of the beginning of the exams, Team 7 passed all of the written portions and easily made it towards the next part of their examinations. Though the second stage of the exams would be their true test of skills as a shinobi. While waiting for the second stage to begin, the team was settled in a waiting area with the other Genin. They spoke amongst themselves, trying to come up with a game plan for the upcoming events. Though, suddenly a boy in tight green clothing approached the group, his large eyebrows furrowed with great tenacity.
Hey you!
Shouted the boy, which caused the others to whip around their heads, acknowledging this sudden verbal altercation.
My name is Rock Lee, and I challenge you to a fight, Sasuke Uchiha.
His voice seemed confident as he apparently directed his attention solely onto the Uchiha survivor. Things grew quiet as Sasuke's face became neutral to this point before blurting out, "Not interested," turning around and beginning to walk away in full disrespect to his challenger. Naruto internally snickered, but couldn't stop staring at the boy's strange eyebrows and fashion sense, while Sakura felt a tingle going down her spine as if she was creeped out by the boy. He then winked towards the cherry blossom-haired girl, which caused her to shiver with disgust.
While your companion is an angel, it seems you are a coward.
Those words irked the girl more, but his expression towards Sasuke began to put her on edge. The word coward caused the Uchiha boy to stop dead in his tracks. This angered the normally cool-headed youth, and he decided he was going to teach this fool a lesson. Just as he was about to react, he began twisting his body to launch a shuriken onto the boy's direction, but was instantly countered by Lee, who was already coming down on him with a powerful axe kick. The green-dressed boy's leg began sliding down towards him, and he felt as if he was viewing it in slow motion. As a shadow of the foot loomed over him, then just the slightest bit faster, an orange blur appeared between the two. Lifting his arm to guard the kick and using the momentum to throw the green-haired boy at intense speeds against a stone column. Everyone's jaw seemed to drop slightly from what had suddenly occurred. Sasuke was able to see the entire exchange due to his Sharingan, but the only thing most could see was a short exchange between a green and orange blur.
"If you want to fight, make sure you meet us in the next part of the exams, bushy brows,"
shouted the defiant Naruto, slamming his fist onto his palm. Sasuke grit his teeth and shoved the blonde on his shoulder.
"I didn't need your help, loser."
The Uzumaki boy smiled wickedly, displaying his teeth before responding,
"Looked like you did, idiot."
The two boys glared at each other intensely, while Sakura stood across them, looking between the two, not knowing what to do.
You guys, that's enough."
She tried to talk sense into the two boys until they suddenly shouted at their teammate in unison, "Butt out."
"Butt out,"
which caused her to drop her head and exhale a heavy sigh.
I am not done,"
yelled the green-haired Genin as he shot to his feet, using the pillar to steady himself. Before things could get worse, another shinobi in the same colored clothing appeared, though this one appeared to be a jonin. "That's enough, Lee. You'll have your chance." Not really a part of the recording, but I have to say, I love Mike Guy. His voice is amazing to me. The boy known as Rock Lee bowed towards the apparent jonin teacher and walked away while shooting daggers towards Team 7. In this stage, Team 7 alongside the other passing Genin teams from various villages would enter the Forest of Death. They would have 5 days to make it to a tower on the other side with 2 scrolls, one of heaven and one of earth. The teams would start with one each, and they would need to defeat the other to complete the set. If they were to open these ahead of time, they would fail. As the proctor signaled, the multitude of youth ventured into the shadows of the Forest of Death for their chance at becoming Chunin. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in the story thus far. Hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, we've got a primary channel called We the Celestials. We the Celestials is what we do here already, but their content is centered around the crazy world and lore of My Hero Academia. So please, check us out over there if you're feeling in the mood for a roller coaster of quirky content. We also have another relative to our channel, Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes deep into the facts and lore of a wide variety of anime. It's sure to expand your weeb knowledge for all kinds of series, guaranteed. I'd like to let you all know on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. If you're perhaps interested in what we do here at WTC, then I would like to extend out an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being we only accept members 16 and older to join our crew. You can find us on our Discord, which you can locate in the description below. Our Discord is an all-around fantastic place to be, whether you're a fan or looking to join our band of misfits. All you gotta do is hit up that recruitment server and sign up for whichever category of work fulfills your interests. We're always looking for new members to join us. Well, that's it for today's video, so thank you all for watching and have a great day.